Hi everyone, my name is Jessie and I am going to be a D1 next year. I'm so excited. A little bit about me: I am from Chicago, Illinois, born and raised, and I now live in Milwaukee. I lived there for the past 5 years since I attended Marquette for undergrad, and I'm currently in my gap year now, and I decided to stay in my gap year here in Milwaukee. So I knew that I wanted to be an orthodontist first, and then I knew that I just wanted to be in the dental field when I was about 16 years old. I'm a first generation college student, and I kind of just Googled dental schools in the Midwest. It's like, all right, I'm gonna apply to these schools, and that's where I'm gonna go for undergrad, and then hopefully dental school. I have no dentists or doctors in my family, and like I said, first generation, no one who even graduated with a bachelor's degree. So my journey was very long and very hard and very confusing and very complicated and very draining, but I did it, and I'm kind of just sharing this, especially for the other Latina and Latino students out there that aspire to be dentists, to kind of show that you can do it, and it's possible. And I want to help people see that. So, right out the bat, my stats were on the lower end. So I graduated with a 3.3 GPA, and my science GPA, I'll have to double check exactly, but like it was around 2.9. So, not really the best, number wise. And then my DAT, my academic average was an 18. I think my total science was a 17. I scored 17 in every single science category. Got 22 in reading. I don't remember the others, but I will post them here somewhere. So the first thing that I think really stood out on my application were my volunteering and my shadowing hours. I actually have my application here with me. Kind of not really the most organized person. Fun fact about me: I have ADHD, and I was just diagnosed my senior year of undergrad, which was also something I could get to later, but it probably also did definitely play into the lower stats end. I had around 400 volunteer hours by the time that I applied to dental school, and over 100 shadowing / clinic hours. I did stop shadowing pretty early into undergrad, only because I ended up getting a dental assisting job with a pediatric dentist my junior year, summer going to junior undergrad, and I already had enough shadowing hours by then, and so obviously I'd rather be in the clinic and get paid than not get paid, because I need money, like most people do. For my volunteer hours, they weren't just strictly dental care or even healthcare related. I thank my ADHD for keeping me very restless and keeping me on my toes, because I made sure to get a whole variety of things. I live in Milwaukee, so I volunteered at like a local brewery and their like attached museum. I volunteered at local churches. I volunteered at the Milwaukee Diaper Mission, which is a super cool organization that helps with mothers and their children. And the day that I was there with my fellow pre-dental group, we were making period packs. Just had like tampons, pads, stuff like that, to give to mothers or daughters in need. I think showing that you have an interest in service outside of healthcare and dentistry is very important, because it just is. It shows that you're a well-rounded candidate and that you care about other things outside of dentistry. And although you want to show that you care about dentistry, I think it's very important to show that you're well-rounded. I also was an active member of the dental brigades over at Marquette University. But we go to Panama for a week, and we provide free dental care for local Panamanians that don't have access to dental care. We are only dental assisting as the students, but we work alongside with Panamanian dentists, and it was just an amazing experience, and I definitely will make more videos about that, because I can just go on and on forever about that. My second kind of thing that I think stood out on my application, and I would highly suggest to people, is I had a lot of research stuff on my application. I started doing research in the lab that I worked in, I think my sophomore year of undergrad, and I worked in that lab until I graduated my senior year of undergrad. And I was lucky enough where the lab did focus on teeth. We worked a lot on primate teeth, but necessarily I don't think you have to work on a research lab that has anything to do with teeth. Sometimes a part of me always, I was a psychology major, and a part of me always like wished that I was also doing psych research. But now I am getting into that finally, and I will again make another video about that. I just kind of am starting my dental journey, and I have an Instagram that you can follow. I will link that up below. But I don't know, I just kind of want to make a YouTube to document everything. So through this research lab, I had a lot of really cool opportunities. I got to, and I will put pictures once I figure out how to do that, but I got to work in the field museum with my PI, and we got to look at different skulls of different animals, primarily primates, and it was just really cool to be able to conduct research at a museum that is, you know, well-renowned, whatever the word is, you know, a good museum, I guess, and that I grew up going to as a kid, going through field trips, and, you know, now I'm there doing scientific research. And for me, the nerdy side of me, like, I was freaking out. Like, I thought that was really cool. I got to go to a conference and present my research at a national conference. I went to the, I think it was the 91st, 92nd annual meeting of the American Association of Biological Anthropology, and I presented my poster, and I was one of the only undergraduate students that was in their poster session. Mostly everyone else was a PhD student. I got to network with people and meet other people in the anthropology field and people that were interested in dentistry, not like as a dentist kind of way, but, you know, in a more anthropological kind of way, which I thought was like really cool. And I became really, really close with my PI, and she's been a great mentor to me, and we're still very close to this day. And I don't know, I just think research is a really cool experience if you want to make your application stand out. And I think that the research experience that I had, and for how long that I was doing it, and the things that I accomplished in it, really helped show, compared to my like academic stats, that I am intelligent, I might not sound like it, but I'm intelligent and capable of, you know, working in the sciences and, you know, being a scientist. So, you know, that's something I definitely would suggest. The third thing that helped me on my journey to dental school was utilizing fee waivers. So, like I said, I'm a first generation Latina student. No one from my parents especially didn't go to college, and I have 3 siblings, and dental school is expensive. Dentistry, the field as a whole, is expensive, but applying to dental school is ridiculously expensive. For those of you who know or may not know, in order to apply to dental school, you have to take the DAT, which is, you know, the dental school equivalent of the LSAT or the MCAT. And each time you take the DAT, it costs $500. And that is just to like register for the test alone. Most people buy supplemental study programs or study materials. I ended up going with the cheapest option, which was, and again, I could link everything, put pictures, you know, all that, everything will be in the bio, but I chose DAT Booster. And since I applied for the DAT fee waiver, which is a 50% off of the DAT, you have to write an essay, and I believe you have to send proof, like your financial aid notification. I was a Pell Grant student, so that definitely, you know, showed that I had financial need. So honestly, looking back at it now, I definitely could have studied a lot harder and put more time and effort into my studying, but I just didn't. And you know what? I passed. I did fine. I did great. I got into dental school. But that's just something that I know I could have worked better on myself. But again, that's a whole other beast. But you got this. It's not impossible. And then there's also an application fee waiver through ADSAS, and that one is a little bit more on a time crunch within like applying, and it's more on a stricter timeline, whereas the DAT, obviously you can take that whenever you choose, but the application, you know, cycle opens and ends at a certain time. With the application fee waiver, is very nice. You got 3 free schools. So I got to apply to 3 schools for free, and then I would say most of the schools that I applied to also had supplemental fees / supplemental applications. But having those 3 schools was really nice, and looking back at it now, well, I'm really grateful that I was granted both of those waivers, because financially it helped me a lot. And I'm pretty much financially, especially when it comes to this stuff, independent from my parents. So yeah, it helped me a lot, which was awesome. For my last kind of main point, something that stood out, that made me stand out as an applicant, I really want to emphasize the importance of being transparent on my application. Like I said, I have ADHD. I was diagnosed with that during the fall of my senior year of undergrad, and I was also diagnosed with general anxiety disorder. And that really affected me a lot, both negatively, as in I went my whole high school and undergraduate career, I'm diagnosed with these things. So obviously that will greatly, it did for me at least, impact my grades, impact my relationships with people, impact my anxiety towards applying to dental school, and my test anxiety, all that. And once I got medicated and I signed up for disability accommodations, my grades turned completely up, like around, like in a good way. I ended my last semester of college and I was working 3 jobs. I was taking physics, I was taking still rigorous classes, and I ended with a 3.8 GPA, which was the best that I've ever done in college, which is amazing to me because that was a semester that I was very anxious about. While like browsing the internet, I was kind of, trying to see if people discuss these mental health / neurological disorders and issues in the applications, and a lot of like the information I was seeing on Reddit and like Student Doctor Network were people suggesting kind of to leave that stuff out of your application because dental schools will frown upon that. And I could see that. I totally understand that point of view, but for me, my ADHD especially is a huge part of who I am as a student, as a woman, as an applicant, as a sister, as a friend, a girlfriend, dentist, dental assistant, etc. So I did speak about my ADHD in my personal statement. There is a section in the application where they ask kind of to explain any educational discrepancies, any issues with your grades, kind of just explain if you want to. And I did. And I'm really glad that I did. And it's kind of like, if admissions committees want to look down upon that, then maybe that's the school for me. And personally, I think I could go on and on, but I think dentistry is a perfect career for somebody who has ADHD. But maybe I'm just biased. I think that no matter what, my passion for dentistry kind of always shined through. Like I said, COVID year was really hard for me. There's other personal things throughout undergrad that just were really hard, going through breakups, ending friendships, family drama when family instances happening when I'm 100 miles away. Life from 18 to 22 is hard enough as it is, and that pressure of applying to dental or medical school makes it a trillion times harder, in my opinion. That is all I have for now. And I just wanted to thank you all for listening, and hopefully this inspired / helped some people, spark some ideas, spark some motivation. And I am really excited to start sharing my dental school journey with you all. And yeah, thanks for watching.